How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich, and welcome to episode 36 of TNT Stocks. Today's actual date is November 30, 2025, and the simulated date is December 1st of 2027. First off, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving for those who celebrate Thanksgiving. And so with it being Thanksgiving week, it has been a short week, but I feel like it's been a positive week for TNT Stocks. So with that being said, let's get going through the criteria and the disclaimer, and then we'll unpack the portfolio and the graphs. All right, so criteria. We do one video per week. We'll simulate 1 month. I'll create videos when available at home, not while traveling on Army Reserve duty or vacations. Any week with a missed video will not be considered a simulated month. Each video will simulate loading $100 per month to the TNT Stocks account. All stocks bought in the simulation are actual companies with their actual end-of-week closing stock prices. Stocks can be sold between episodes at certain prices per personal strategies. This month we bought 3 stocks at the price range of $5 to $100, spending capped at $140. So let us see what $100 per month will look like over time. Disclaimer. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. I'm not qualified or certified to give professional investment advice. Day trading has high risks involved. Any gain or loss is at a personal risk. Past performances do not guarantee success in future stock purchases. It is highly recommended that you do your own due diligence when it comes to deciding which stock you will purchase. All right, so as always, I split up our line items in 2 different slides because if it's all in one slide, I feel like it will be very condensed and possibly blurry and hard to unpack on your laptops or monitors or whatever it is you're using to see all the stuff that's happening here. All right, so with that being said, this is the first half of our portfolio. And as always, or well, not as always, but as it's been for quite a while, AGL is at the top of our portfolio, highlighted in red as our top money loser. And it's been there for quite some time. I'll talk about that here in a moment. But basically, you see right now it's negative $35.20. It kind of has been resurging over the past few episodes. A few episodes ago, I believe it was down to 50 cents per share. Last episode, I believe it was 60 cents per share. Now you see it's up 65% per share. Overall, between those 2 different line items, the first one and the second one, brings it an increase up by $10. So quick public math, 35 plus 30, 65. So it's probably about negative $75 for those 2 line items in the last video. So it's starting to move in the right direction, which is good to see. Glad to see it. And as I was mentioning, it's going to be here for a while because the platform that I use for day trading, I know when you purchase anything under $2, it charges you a commission fee. I don't know about selling anything under $2, but I'm moving forward as though it is going to charge us a commission fee of 10%. So I'm waiting for it to rise above either rises above $2 or 2, it gets kicked off the stock market for whatever, not meeting whatever criteria you need to meet to be on the stock market or stock exchange. So it's been here for a while, going to be here for a while. I hate to see that or dislike to see that it's our longest line item on here. I would like to see our longest line item on here being a high dollar amount, but right now it is what it is. It's going to continue to be it is an eyesore, going to continue to be an eyesore. But hopefully in the coming episodes it continues to increase, and we'll sell it at $2 a share and take our hit on it. Moving down, you see highlighted in blue, we did sell ARLP 3 shares at $23.81, made a whole $3 on it. And then RRC, we sold 6 shares at $37.94. So we had quite a bit invested in this one. and made a profit about $9 on this. So overall, came home this week with about $12 profit um, to our portfolio. And as we'll discuss here in a minute, we'll unpack that a little bit more. But moving on, you see GH. GH had a very good, did very well since the previous episode. You see it's now at 108.42. It must be a coincidence that both those price numbers are the same. For a second, I thought maybe it was a typo, but you see, if we were to have sold this at closing on Friday, we would have had a gain of almost $110. So that's we've had this share for a little over a month. When I add that to this portfolio, I hope that you all watching these videos to give it a try, and I hope you are benefiting from Guardant Health Incorporated as it's been continued to increase over the past few episodes. Moving on to the next slide, you see here nothing much on the top end of it except for on the bottom what we have bought. I wouldn't so much say that they're new. I think we've had these on these companies on previous episodes before. Either we had sold them, and usually when I sell in real time, when I sell a company, I would give it about a month before it becomes eligible for me to purchase again. So if I had these before, I know NFG, Natural Fuel Gas Company. We had this on our videos before. That means it's been hanging in there with my criteria as a company to purchase, and we're giving it another chance. So with that being said, we're starting from the top. When we purchased this past Friday at closing, International Seaways Incorporated, 2 shares at $52.97. Star Bulk Carriers Corporation, 7 shares at $19.90. And as I said, Natural Fuel Gas Company, 1 share at $82.45. So let's give those a try, and let's see what they do in the coming episodes. Hopefully they do well, and we're able to make some chunk of change off of them. As I said, I talked about in the previous episode, and you kind of see on the line items above it, you see some redundancy. TK on here twice, AT&T on here twice, CMRE, I think it's on the last episode. You see GH up here again, another line item for that. Starting to have a little bit of redundancy in my strategies here. I had been contemplating opening up my strategy to allow some other companies to meet criteria to purchase. But this week, I didn't do that yet. This week, it just so happened that there were some companies that came into the criteria that we becoming eligible to purchase that we haven't done yet, and so we're giving them a shot to see what they do. Total shares in our portfolio equal 159, and if we were to sell everything Friday at closing, we would have had an overall gain of $289.07, which brings us to our graphs in our next one. Cool to say that we made set another record for our over-under. We are now, as I said on that last slide, we're now at 289.07. Previous record was the last episode, 249. So we jumped up by about $40. So that's where that illustrates how good of a week that it had been for our portfolio, where overall everything jumped up a whole $40. So pretty cool to see an increase like that, and let's hope it continues in the upcoming episodes. Our income, this is one that you see over the several months ago. It was struggling, had a very long and massive downward trend, as you see here illustrated by following my cursor. Big jump, and now it is two months in a row that we had an increase. So that's really cool to see with those 2 stocks that we did sell. I've been saying it for many episodes that it's just a matter of time before this one starts moving in the right direction. Glad to see that it's holding up what I said and starting to do that. So let's hope that it continues to move in the right direction. And it's increased now up from $22 up to $35. So pretty cool to see. Hopefully in the next episode it increases even more. And with the shares that we sold, I believe I said it was about $12. Yeah, looking at my notes here, we now jumped from 186 to 192, so brought home $6 and change into our pocket. Still not as much as I would like to be seeing this far into. We're coming up on 3 years. Next episode will be closing out 3 years. Would like to have seen more, but again, as you saw in the previous slides, the health of our portfolio is strong, and again, it's just a matter of time. Like, hey, if we end up selling that DH or some of those other ones, this one will really start. This graph will really start taking off. So looking forward to seeing that in the coming episodes. Invested. This slide illustrates all the shares that we have in our portfolio at their purchase price. Right now is about $2,800. This one should continue to move in the upper direction. You see sometimes it trended down. That's just basically because whatever we capped at, if it doesn't, if like what was that let me look back at my notes here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, the NFG. So we capped at $140. We bought NFG at $80. So there's $60 that is left in the bucket that was not spent. So that's why sometimes this moves in a downward trend. But anyhow, we didn't really jump up too much. We jumped up from about $2,800 to $2,840. It's not a big jump. Should in the next episode should see a bigger jump in this one when that time comes. Overall total, this one basically illustrates what's in our portfolio right now. So basically, if we sold everything on Monday morning, what we would put back into our bank equals about $3,400. It was about $3,300, $3,336. Now it's $3,442. So that's basically what this one illustrates. It should keep moving in the upward direction. We want to see it moving in the upward direction. If it ever moves it in the downward direction, that means that our portfolio dropped more than $100, and that's something we don't, and that really indicates that the market is really in some trouble right now. So let's hope we want to see this one continue in the upward direction. Here's our first combined slide, over under income and take home. I nicknamed this our spaghetti slide, mainly because in the past you see where everything was kind of intertwining together. Maybe it's going to start losing that nickname as you see some separation starting to build between the different trackers you're seeing here. Basically, the big takeaway I feel like from this one is everything is moving in upward direction. I was doing that a while back, about a year ago, and now it's doing it again. So really cool to see, and hopefully we'll see it continue to make those improvements. And then our second combined of the investment total, just kind of illustrating how what's in our portfolio continues to move in the right direction and continues to grow. And you see some separation happen here, but overall these should run parallel to each other. We do want to see some separation over time. That's normal. We want to see it because that means that what we purchased at versus what they're at now is continued to grow, which is also illustrated by that over under slide. All right, lastly, here's our portfolio all together. I removed the legend, so now if this is on the monitor or a small screen, my monitor's decent size, so I can kind of unpack everything that's on here. But if it's on the laptop, hopefully it's not too condensed. But basically, you're looking at what our portfolio is now. after we removed the line items that we sold and removing the legend. And I just wanted to talk about again the strength of our portfolio. You see some highlights. Yeah, you got several here: 41%, 32%, 81%. I think BTSG holds the highest percentage increase. So really cool to see a 33%, 29. So some really encouraging shares here. Looking at some growth, a lot of growth here. And when it comes time to sell some of these, yeah, we'll have some take home from them. You see TK hasn't done too well, but not to worry. It's only negative, yeah, negative $13, negative $1. It's negative $14, but you're looking at just a 3% and a 5% drop. In fact, that's the only. Yeah, just looking at this now and realizing it, except for the AGL, those are the only. That is the AGL and TK are the only companies in our portfolio that have a negative. So out of all the companies that are in our portfolio, that's the only one that has a negative. That is awesome. That means that we're doing really well. I don't want to jinx it. Some of these will move into the negative. It's just going to happen. But while looking at this right now, I'm just going to appreciate the fact that only 2 companies in our portfolio are in a negative. And let's hope the next slide or the next episode continues that way, and all the future ones continue that way. And if they don't, well, then, it's part of the game. It is what it is. We'll live with it. We'll survive it. So far, our strategy is working out pretty well. We're going to keep running with the good thing. So hopefully, yeah, I'll start wrapping up with that. Hopefully you all watching these videos get something out of it. With that being said, good stock hunting. Don't forget to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And until the next video, take it easy.